Hi, I'm Delisa. I'm a single mom working as a project manager at a tech startup in Seattle, and my 4-year-old son Mason is my entire world. My parents live 20 minutes away, and they'd always been great grandparents, or so I thought. It was a Tuesday when my boss called me into an emergency meeting. I immediately called my mom. Hey, Mom, can you pick up Mason from daycare today? I'm stuck in a crisis meeting and won't make it by 6. Of course, sweetie. Your father and I would love to. We haven't seen our little man in days. You're a lifesaver. Little Sprouts Daycare on Madison Street. They close at 6:30, but try to get there by 6. We know the place, honey. We've picked him up before. Don't worry about a thing. Thanks, Mom. I owe you one. That's what grandparents are for. Now go handle your meeting. I felt relieved heading back to the conference room. My parents had always been reliable. They'd helped me so much since Mason's father left when I was pregnant. I trusted them completely. The meeting dragged until 8:30. When I got to my car, I saw 3 missed calls from an unknown number. My heart dropped. I called back immediately. Little Sprouts Daycare, this is Jennifer speaking. Hi, this is Delisa Martinez. I saw you called? Miss Martinez, thank God. Are you able to come get Mason? My stomach twisted. What do you mean? My parents were supposed to pick him up hours ago. No one came for him. We've been trying to reach you for over 2 hours. It's almost 9 and Mason is the only child still here. He's been asking for you and crying. I felt punched. What? No, that's impossible. My mother confirmed she'd pick him up. I'm so sorry, but no one showed up. We stayed late because we couldn't reach you, but our staff needs to go home. Can you come now? I'm 25 minutes away. I'm leaving right now. Please stay with him. We'll be here. Please hurry. I hung up and called my mother. Straight to voicemail. I called my father. Same thing. I tried my brother Marcus. Hey sis, what's up? Marcus, where are Mom and Dad? They were supposed to pick up Mason at 6. It's almost 9 and he's still there. No one came for him. What? That doesn't sound like them. Have you tried? I've tried everything. I need to go get my son. If you hear from them, tell them to call me immediately. I will. Drive safe. Mason's okay, right? He's been crying for 3 hours, Marcus. He's 4 and thinks everyone abandoned him. I drove faster than I should have, hands shaking. When I finally got to the daycare at 9:47, Jennifer was waiting with Mason. His face was red and puffy, his eyes swollen. Mommy! He ran to me and I scooped him up, feeling his body trembling. I'm so sorry, baby. Mommy's here now. I thought you forgot me. I thought no one was coming. I would never forget you, Mason. Never. Jennifer approached carefully. Miss Martinez, I need to talk to you. This is very serious. He was here alone until almost 10. I know. My parents were supposed to pick him up. I don't understand what happened. We need to file an incident report. This constitutes neglect, and we're mandated reporters. I have to document that a 4-year-old was abandoned at our facility for over 3 hours past closing. My blood ran cold. Abandoned? I arranged pickup. My parents just didn't show. I understand, and I'm documenting that. But someone failed to retrieve him, and he was left here alone with staff who needed to leave. I have to report this. I understand. Do what you need to do. As I buckled Mason in, he whispered, Why didn't Grandma and Grandpa come? My anger ignited. I don't know, baby, but I'm going to find out. The next morning, I kept Mason home. He'd barely slept, waking up crying twice. I'd finally gotten him settled with cartoons when my phone rang. My mother. Delisa, honey, I just saw your messages. What happened? What happened? You tell me, Mom. You were supposed to pick up Mason at 6. He sat at that daycare until almost 10 waiting for someone. Oh my God. Oh no. Honey, I completely forgot. We were at... You forgot? You forgot my child. He's 4. He cried for hours. Delisa, please calm down. Let me explain. There's nothing to explain. Where were you? Your father and I went to that new restaurant downtown. Bella Vista? We've been trying to get a reservation for months, and they had a last-minute opening at 6:30. It slipped my mind. We had our phones on silent. I couldn't believe it. You were at a fancy dinner while my son was abandoned? It wasn't like that. We just forgot. These things happen. These things don't just happen with children, Mom. My father's voice came on speaker. Delisa, you're being dramatic. Mason is fine. Kids are resilient. Dramatic? Dad, he was alone and terrified. The daycare had to file a neglect report. That's excessive. No, what's excessive is going to dinner and turning your phones off when you were responsible for a child. My mother's tone shifted. Now wait a minute. We've helped you countless times. We've babysat for free, picked him up, supported you. One mistake and you're acting like we're criminals. You traumatized my son, Marcus called right after. Hey, I just talked to Mom. She told me what happened. And? Let me guess. You think I'm overreacting? Actually, no. What they did was messed up. How's Mason? He's scared. He keeps asking if I'm going to leave him. He's 4, Marcus. I know. Look, I talked to Mom more. You want to know what else she said? What? She said they almost didn't go anyway because they were tired. She said they debated whether to call you and make you leave work. But Dad convinced her you needed to handle your own responsibilities. Are you serious? Dead serious. She said it casually, like it was reasonable. We thought Delisa needed to figure it out herself. Then they decided to go to dinner instead. So it wasn't even just forgetting. They actively chose not to do it? That's what it sounds like. The way Mom was talking. It sounded intentional. Why would they do that? I think they've been resentful about how much you work. Mom's made comments before about you never being around. Maybe this was their way of teaching you a lesson? By punishing a 4-year-old? I'm just telling you what I picked up. I called Jennifer later that afternoon. Miss Martinez, I was about to call you. How's Mason? He's struggling. Jennifer, I need to know exactly what happened last night. Around 6:30, when no one arrived, I started calling you. Mason kept asking when his grandma was coming. By 7, he was getting upset. By 7:30, he was crying. We had staff who needed to leave, but we couldn't leave him alone, so I stayed. I'm so sorry. In 15 years of running this daycare, this has never happened. Children get picked up late sometimes, but never 3.5 hours late with no communication. Mason was inconsolable. He kept saying, "Everyone forgot me." My eyes filled with tears. What happens with the report? I filed it with CPS as required. They'll likely contact you. I made clear you arranged pickup and were unreachable due to work, and that the grandparents failed to show. Will I get in trouble? I don't know. You made arrangements in good faith, but a child was still left unsupervised. They'll investigate. After I hung up, I looked at Mason playing with his trucks, and something inside me hardened. My parents had done this. They'd hurt him, and they weren't even sorry. I arranged to meet my parents 3 days later. Marcus came for support, and my friend Keisha watched Mason. My mother opened the door with a smile. Delisa and Marcus, come in. I made coffee. This isn't a social visit, Mom. Her smile faded. You're still upset about Tuesday. Still upset? Mom, CPS is investigating me. My father came in. CPS, that's ridiculous. Over one late pickup? Over abandonment, Dad. That's what it's called when you leave a 4-year-old alone for hours. We didn't leave him alone. He was with daycare staff. Who were supposed to leave at 6:30? They stayed late because my son was abandoned. My mother sighed. Honey, you're being so dramatic. Mason is fine. Children forget these things. He's not fine. He had a panic attack yesterday when I told him I had to use the bathroom. Kids are resilient. He'll bounce back. Marcus cut in. Mom, why didn't you answer your phone? We were at dinner. It was a special evening. More special than your grandson? I asked. That's not fair. We're allowed to have a life too. Maybe that's the problem, my father said coldly. You expect us to always be available, dropping everything. I asked you one time and you agreed. And we forgot. People forget things. Marcus looked at him. Dad, you told Mom that Delisa needed to handle her own responsibilities. Mom told me that. My mother's face flushed. I didn't. That's not. You did say that. You said you were tired. Then Dad said Delisa needed to figure it out. Then you went to dinner instead. That's taken out of context. What context makes that okay? I demanded. What context makes abandoning a 4-year-old acceptable? We were trying to help you learn balance by traumatizing my child? How is that helping? My father stood. We don't need this disrespect. We've been nothing but supportive. You're ungrateful, Delisa. What you do for me? You mean what you did to Mason? He's fine. Stop being dramatic. He cried himself to sleep for 3 nights. Then maybe you should have left work yourself, my mother snapped. I was in a meeting. You agreed to pick him up. And we forgot. Why can't you just accept our apology? Because you're not even sorry. You're making excuses. My father stepped closer. You need to remember who helped you when Mason's father abandoned you. Who let you live here rent-free when you were pregnant? Are you seriously holding that over my head? I'm reminding you that we've been there for you. This wasn't a mistake. Marcus confirmed you did this on purpose. Don't you dare call us neglectful. My mother's voice rose. We are not neglectful. We love Mason. Then why did you leave him there? Because you needed to learn you can't just pawn your kid off whenever work calls. You're never there for him. There it was. The truth. So you punished him to get back at me? We didn't punish anyone. You thought you'd teach me a lesson by leaving my son alone and scared? My father's face turned red. You need to leave. Get out of our house. Gladly. And don't expect to see Mason again. You can't keep our grandson from us. Watch me. You proved you can't be trusted. We'll sue for grandparents' rights, my mother threatened. Go ahead. I'd love to tell a judge how you intentionally abandoned him. My father grabbed my arm roughly. You ungrateful little... Marcus stepped between us. Dad, let her go. Now! Stay out of this! You just grabbed your daughter. Let her go! My father released me but looked furious. Get out, both of you. Don't worry, we won't. The CPS worker, Sharon Mitchell, came 2 weeks later. I'd prepared everything, documentation, text messages, the daycare's timeline. Miss Martinez, I've reviewed the report and spoken with Jennifer and your parents. What did they say? They claimed it was an honest mistake and that you're keeping Mason from them as retaliation. They admitted to Marcus they did it intentionally. They wanted to teach me a lesson. Your brother provided a statement. Based on the evidence, including your parents' admission through a third party, this wasn't neglect on your part. You made appropriate arrangements. However, your parents' actions endangered a child through deliberate negligence. What does that mean? I'm closing the case against you with no findings. However, I'm recommending your parents not have unsupervised access to Mason. They'll be contacted separately. Relief flooded through me. Thank you. Are you comfortable with supervised visits? No, they're not sorry. They think they did nothing wrong. Until they acknowledge what they did and take real responsibility, I don't want them around him. That's your right. Document everything. If they pursue grandparents' rights, this will be part of the record. After Sharon left, Marcus came over with pizza. Hey, buddy. How's my favorite nephew? Uncle Marcus! Mommy said you're staying for dinner. You bet. I heard you're really brave. Mason's smile faded. I waited for Grandma and Grandpa, but they never came. Marcus knelt down. I know, buddy. That wasn't okay. But your mom came as fast as she could, right? Yeah, she always comes. That's right. Your mom will always come for you. After Mason was in bed, we talked. Mom called me. She's furious about CPS. Good. Maybe now she understands how serious this was. She wants to meet. She said she's sorry and wants to make things right. Did she actually say, I'm sorry? She said, I'm sorry you're so upset about what happened. That's not an apology. That's her being sorry I'm not getting over it. I know. Dad said if you don't let them see Mason, they're getting a lawyer. Sharon said this incident will be part of any court record. Are you really never going to let them see him again? Marcus, they're not sorry. They're mad I'm holding them accountable. Until they genuinely understand what they did, I can't trust them. Would you? He was quiet. No, I wouldn't. My parents did hire a lawyer. 3 months later, their petition for grandparents' rights was denied. The judge cited the daycare incident, the CPS investigation, and their refusal to acknowledge wrongdoing. My father told the judge they were just trying to help Deleza become a better parent, which the judge noted as displaying continued poor judgment regarding child welfare. They haven't contacted me since. Marcus says they're telling everyone I'm keeping Mason from them for no reason. But here's what they don't tell people. Mason stopped having nightmares. He stopped having panic attacks when I leave the room. He feels safe again. That's what matters, not their hurt feelings. My son's well-being. A year has passed. Mason just started kindergarten. He's thriving, happy, and secure. I've built a better support system with people I can actually trust. Keisha, Marcus, my coworker who has kids. My parents sent a card on Mason's 5th birthday. No apology, just a note saying they hope we can move past this someday. We won't. Not until they can say 3 simple words. We were wrong. They never have. They never have. And I'm betting they never will. But that's okay. Because Mason is safe, loved, and protected. And that's the only revenge I needed. What would you do if someone you trusted put your child in danger and refused to apologize? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe for more true stories about standing up for what's right.